I guess for me, it's always been about the skin. And with makeup artistry, the most important foundation, I guess, is great skin. And so often when you have a client that's coming for makeup or a specific event that you're working on, if the person has skin that's prepared, you're going to get a much better result with the finishing look of the makeup. So I worked in the cosmetic industry for a very long time and then went into makeup artistry. So I had a really big understanding of the importance of skincare and how that works on the skin. You know, it's quite literally been in my DNA because when I was growing up, my grandmother, who was a nurse, used to make her own skin creams and soaps and things like that. And she always spoke to me about looking after your skin. You know, we've got one skin, it's an amazing organ and it has to carry us through the entirety of our life. And my mum was also always using skincare and makeup. It was just always around me. I just knew to look after the skin. So when I started working in the cosmetic industry, learning about the different ingredients and how they work on the skin and what they do for the skin has always been of interest to me. To me, skin has been absolutely everything.
Can you share with us your pathway to glowing skin, that philosophy? I really love it.
Well, the pathway to glowing skin, I think, is absolutely essential. You know, once we had, 7-step routines that we were going through, and, that takes up time. People don't have the time. So that can be a deterrent to even using skincare. I don't have the time, to do that. So I wanted to develop something that was easy and could easily be incorporated into everyone's life because the skincare routine is such an important part of our morning and evening part of the day. I think it's essential. So with the pathway to glowing skin, it's really just 4 steps, and then a special care for once a week. So it's cleansing, followed by serum, followed by moisturizer, followed by eye cream. And of course, those serums differ whether that's morning or night. Of course, we're going to be using vitamin C's, B3s in the daytime. Of course, that's our armor, our protection against free radicals and taking us into our day. And then, of course, we need the repair at nighttime when our skin's in repair mode. And that's when we're introducing the vitamin A. And of course, vitamin A should only be used at nighttime. Um, and then once a week, using your special treats of, your exfoliate and hydration mask. So it's just very simple. We have one cleanser, and I say put that in the shower, so you can use that easily. It's not a chore to like have to be doing something at the mirror, unless of course you wish to. And then jump out of the shower and you apply your serum. I like to wait a couple of minutes for that serum to penetrate. While that's happening, I might do something else, just put on my body lotion or something like that, and then apply the moisture. And with regard to the moisture, I love adding a couple of drops of the facial oil to the moisture. Again, that's just going to give an extra protection of antioxidant protection and an added glow, hydration to the skin, and then eye cream, and boom, you're out the door.
So the range is quite tight, which we talked about, and the pathway to glowing skin is quite a nice edit. So it kind of suits a busy person. Can you tell me what you've done, I guess, with the formulations to be able to offer an edit? So the vitamin C, for example, it's not just vitamin C, it does have other actives in it. Isn't that right? And the oil, for example, is a compound of active ingredients.
That's right.
Is that how we're able to shortcut? Is that what you think is the best way forward to have actives that work well together, but are also going to reduce the sheer volume of layering that we would normally want to do?
Yes, that is very true. But I've also tried to keep it quite individual as well, because, as we spoke about before, some people, can have a sensitivity towards something like vitamin C, or at different times have different sensitivities, as has happened with me when I was going through menopause. There was a lot of ingredients that I couldn't use because it was reacting on my skin. So, boom. I need something that's just vitamin B3, and I know that that's safe. It's literally made for sensitive skin. It's going to give me all the things that I need without the irritation of some of the other active ingredients. So sometimes when all the active ingredients are combined together, it can be too much for the skin to handle.
I noticed that even your exfoliant is kind of a dual action exfoliant. It's almost like a mask. It's a BHA AHA mask that you leave on for 10 minutes,
Correct.
which is
Right?
fantastic for more
Yes.
mature skin as well. Because I think a lot of people think, oh, BHA AHA, it's great for if you have breakouts and but it's also amazing for pigmentation, and pigmentation is what makes you look old.
Very much. And what I love about lactic acid and the MX exfoliate is one of my favorite products, because lactic acid is the most effective exfoliant to dissolve dead skin cells and debris on the skin, but it attracts moisture at the same time. So you finish after the exfoliation. It's almost like having a moisture mask as well on the skin. So yes, you're treating the pigmentation, as you said, you're cleaning the skin, but you're giving your skin a real boost of moisture at the same time. And I was very specific in the creation of that we wanted that to be a low level lactic acid, so it could be tolerated by all skin types. So if it's, in the 2000s, we were all going in for these, acid peels and things. The higher the medical grade, the better. You
Absolutely.
come out, with your face just so red, the barrier function completely destroyed. How could that be good for us? So I wanted to keep it so that it was safe for everyone to use at home. My daughter is 15, and she uses that mask once a week, and it's gentle enough on her skin, and it's extremely sensitive, as I am. So that's what I really love about that mask, and the fact that lactic acid is so gentle on the skin.
4 years ago, it was kind of on the radar, but not really. And now it really seems to be a hero ingredient in conversation. I think retinol is still the most searched
Yes,
ingredient, and I think probably the most misused ingredient in
absolutely.
cosmeceuticals. But vitamin B, you're quite right, because my 12-year-old can use it and I'm 49 and I love it. And men can use it. Men love using vitamin B because it's not
Very
sticky,
popular with men.
instantly hydrating. If you have an ethnic skin type that produces more sebum, vitamin B is
Perfect.
fantastic. If you have a skin type that's, tends to be more rosacea prone or
Yes.
dry, vitamin B. So I would say it's the most democratic product of them all.
I really think it is, and of course, it's amazing for pigmentation. It's a
Is it
wonderful.
really for pigmentation as well?
Very good for pigmentation, and it's an amazing antioxidant. So again, you were speaking about your daughter. My daughter also uses it because we're spending so much time in front of screens. We're on one now, and it's that blue light that comes from the screen that it's just it's creating so much damage. It's creating pigmentation, really, and we need to have that protective, I guess, armor on our skin on a daily basis, protecting us, from the environmental pollutants. UV is the number one cause of course, premature aging, but pollutants are the second cause, and it's free radical damage, which is, creating so much problem within our skin. So we need to protect that daily and then repair at night with things like vitamin A.